Hello, Christina Rizzo. Thanks for tuning in to this video slash podcast. Hope you all are doing well. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment and share this with your friends. So it looks like DeSantis himself has dropped out of the race. Story reads DeSantis drops out of the presidential race, leaving Trump and Haley to face off in New Hampshire. Now, those of you who are subscribed to YouTube and also Rumble, I have mentioned DeSantis quite a few times. I was rooting for him. Uh, in addition to Trump, even though Trump was my first preference because I believe Trump was the best president we've had in regards to uh, he being a businessman, improving our economy, um, for even the working class, especially. So I was rooting for Trump, but I'm glad that DeSantis is humbling himself after the drop with Trump that he decided to endorse him. Okay, so here's the story. Florida Governor DeSantis suspended his presidential campaign on Sunday evening, endorsing his bitter rival Donald Trump. The decision leaves Trump and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley at the last major candidates remaining in the race of ahead in Tuesday primary in New Hampshire. This is the scenario foes in the GOP that have long sought, raising the stakes for this week's contest at the party's last to chance to stop at the former president who has far dominated the race. DeSantis nodded toward Trump, primarily dominance, and attacked Haley. Well, he didn't have to do that. I mean, the idea is to try to get these people out of office. Trump, however, addressed it himself to DeSantis' departure shortly after it was announced that during that stop in Manchester campaign headquarters, according to a video shared by his staff. Quote, we have just got to uh, support our opponents. Very capable person and dropping out of the race that DeSantis and he dropping out in himself has endorsed Trump. His fans and Trump himself, cheers before a Trump chant broke out in the rally. Bottom line, it states here in the news that DeSantis' record wasn't enough to overcome Trump. Now, honestly, before I read this part, I'm surprised Nikki Haley has made it this far. As a woman in the Republican primaries, that's the first I've ever seen. I know women that would have probably been far more qualified, but unfortunately, they were either out of the race or they just chose not to participate. Just saying. DeSantis entered the 2024 presidential contest with major advantages in his quest to take on Trump, and early primary polls suggesting that DeSantis was in a strong position to do just that. He and his allies, due to a political fortune, well, and growth in excess of $130 million, and he boasts about this record number with issues important to many conservatives. Social issues like abortion, teaching of critical race theory, and gender issues as well. So, DeSantis, as I mentioned before, and I've even got videos about this, uh, with the gender situation coming out and, uh, the woke people over at Disneyland having these gender confused people coming out and exposing themselves in front of children. Black folks themselves talking about he was a racist, assuming that because he was against a critical race theory, that he was against black history or the teaching of black history. And then you have the situation with, being against the social issue of abortion, which is a social uh, issue that conservatives are against. Okay. Such advantages did not survive the reality of the presidential politics of 2024. 2024, the year of our Lord. And today is Tuesday, January 23rd, by the way. Sorry I didn't introduce that in my podcast or in this video. I do it on my podcast, but this is video slash podcast. In short, the way he ended, DeSantis' allies said that private discussers began shortly after Iowa decided how to bow out of the race, and the governor notified the top donors and supporters of his decision through series of phone calls and text messages from this presidential candidate. And he said he returned to Florida, and that weekend that included um, a drive to South Carolina. Now, speaking of South Carolina, now that DeSantis is out and we got this Nikki Haley lady in, UN ambassador of South Carolina. Now, they're giving her an ultimatum, two options, not an ultimatum, two options. Either she goes ahead and drop out and just end it in New Hampshire, or wait until she's in South Carolina in February, late February, and so called experience the embarrassment of losing against Trump, which I believe she will. I don't believe this lady is ready to be president of the United States, to be honest with you. So, honestly, I think she should let it go. But of course, with her pride, I will probably, if I've come this far in the presidential candidacy, I will probably persevere to the end of the race. Christina Red Soul, thanks for listening. Pray for our nation and our brothers and sisters under the persecuted church, as well as Israel. May the Lord bless you, keep you, and his light shine upon you. And I'll talk to you as soon as the Lord wills it.